Welcome to Coach's Corner, everyone. Thanks for watching the show. Of course, this is Goode and Faithful Servant episode every Monday night. Kerry Goode and myself, we go over his book, Goode and Faithful Servant. We deep dive into it. His chapters are broken up into about 196 days, so we tackle a couple every day. And this is brought to you by Hill Kelly Dodge, Siler Agency, Ronnie's Car Wash, and Pensacola Glass. Thanks for those great advertisers. So, let's deep dive into it. Most of you know Kerry has ALS, and with the AI technology now, we are able to do this show. So we're going to jump right into it. This is day 98 in his book, and it's called Bad Attitude, Make It Gratitude. These are all in Kerry's words. It's really nice to wake up in the morning realizing that God has given me another day to live. Thank you, God, for giving me the strength to keep going. Thank you, God, for everything in my life, the good and the bad. I now realize that some were blessings and some were lessons. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not opening it. Being thankful and expressing your gratitude is an important part of being happy in life. Simple things such as being able to walk, eat, see, hear. These are just some of the many gifts that were given to us freely. In life, there is always something to be grateful for. It's easy to complain about how chaotic the world is and how people can be so evil towards one another. But complaining without action just doesn't change anything. If we start to be thankful for everything we have instead of what we do not have, we'll start to appreciate our life on this earth even more. Give thanks for joy of living. If you see no reason to give thanks, the fault lies in yourself. Wow, we're going to talk about that. But my first question for Kerry today is, KG, I thank God for you and sharing this time with our viewers and for the AI technology to make it even possible. Expound on the unique analogy that you said, quote, feeling gratitude and not expressing your gratitude is like wrapping a present and not giving it.
All of our viewers and listeners, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be with you tonight, because this does not happen without you, your presence, your support, your willingness to listen and share this space. It means more than words can say. I'm grateful for the technology that makes this moment possible, and even more grateful for the hearts it connects. Now, Paul asked me to reflect on this beautiful analogy. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. And let me tell you, that hit home. Gratitude is a gift, not just to the one who receives it, but to the one who gives it. When we feel thankful and keep it locked inside, it's like holding a beautifully wrapped box, full of love, full of appreciation, and never letting anyone open it, never letting them know they mattered, never letting them feel seen. I've lived long enough to know that life is fragile. Moments pass, people leave, opportunities fade, but gratitude lingers. It heals, it uplifts, it reminds someone you made a difference. I've had days where I could not move, could not speak the way I used to, could not do the things I once took for granted, but I could still give thanks, and I could still express it, because gratitude isn't about perfection, it's about presence. It's about saying, I see you, I appreciate you, you matter. So tonight, I'm unwrapping that gift and I'm giving it to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Thank you for reminding me that even in the hard days, there's always something to be grateful for. If you see no reason to give thanks, the fault isn't in your life, it's in your lens. Change the lens, open the gift, and let gratitude do what it was always meant to do: connect, heal, and less.
Wow. Kerry covered a lot of stuff about gratitude. It's a gift not only to the one who receives it, but also to the one who gives it. All other things fade, but gratitude lingers, he says. Gratitude is not about perfection, but about presence. Wow. Good stuff, KG. All right, my second question for you today is the following sentence struck a chord in me, Kerry. Quote, if you see no reason to give thanks, the fault lies in yourself. Are you saying that we ourselves are responsible for our demeanor and disposition and no other person is allowed to influence that?
Yes, Paul, that line struck a chord with me too. If you see no reason to give thanks, the fault lies in yourself. And I do not say that to shame anybody. I say it to remind us of the power we carry inside. Because gratitude is something the world hands you. It's something you choose. It's It's a lens you put on even when the view is cloudy. Now, I'm not saying life does not throw hard punches. I've taken more than my share. I'm not saying people do not hurt us. Some wounds run deep. But I am saying this: we are responsible for how we respond. We are responsible for what we carry and what we release, and we are responsible for whether we let bitterness take root or let gratitude bloom. No one else gets to control your spirit unless you hand them the keys. Your demeanor, your disposition, your outlook, that's your garden to tend. And if weeds of anger or despair start growing, you've got the power to pull them up and plant something better. Gratitude does not mean ignoring pain. It means refusing to let pain be the only voice in the room. It means saying, yes, this hurt, but I'm still here. It means saying, I may not have everything, but I've got something, and that something is worth thanking God for. So yes, we are responsible not for what happens to us, but for how we choose to see it, how we choose to live through it, and how we choose to rise above it. Gratitude is a choice, and it's one of the most powerful ones we'll ever make.
Oh gosh, Gary covered a lot of material in that narrative as well. That answer. Um, Gratitude is something you choose. How are you looking at things? Gary says to change the lens in your eye. We are responsible for letting the anger and despair grow or letting gratitude bloom. That's how he says it. Gratitude is the most powerful choices we'll ever make. That's a powerful saying right there. Wow. That was good stuff on gratitude. Awesome. Thanks, Carrie. Day 99, we're going to jump into now. Chapter 99, Where the Blacktop Ends. Carrie titles this chapter. He says, I've been blessed to live in every region of this country, and I think that qualifies me to have the following opinion. When I'm asked where do you come from, I proudly say Town Creek, Alabama, God's country. Seated on the banks of the Tennessee River, the foothills and the Outlook Mountains, and Wheeler National Refuge. Up until I was in sixth grade, we lived next door to our grandparents on a dirt road less than a mile from where the pavement ended. But because of this dirt road, I have many helpful life memories that have served me invaluable in my life. Clouds of dust that signaled any approaching visitor. It's where I learned to drive and live off the land, a road lined with plum, persimmons, and apple trees. But most of all, this road held the tree of discipline, where my grandmother would make us go pick out a switch. My father did that too. All of this happened on that old dirt road where life begins and the blacktop ends. Sometimes you got to go beyond the pavement. Of all the paths you take in life, make sure that a few of them are dirt paths. Wow, Carrie, question 3 for you, my friend. This chapter reminds me of when I took the dirt road to Tuscaloosa in August 1980. Being from upstate New York, I didn't know where Alabama was on the map. I didn't even know where Tuscaloosa was. I didn't know one person. I thought I'd landed 8 miles from the sun. It was so hot. I could not understand the dialect and was made fun of every time I opened my mouth. It was the best decision of my life. I played football for the greatest coach and program in the country. Met the mother of my children and was given a given in life I only dreamed of, all because I dared to take the old dirt road. Blessings in disguise can be a powerful thing, KJ. Why is it better to risk failure before you even see what success looks like?
Why is it better to risk failure before you can even see what success looks like? Because sometimes the map to your destiny isn't drawn in ink. It's carved into a dirt road. That road didn't just take me places. It taught me things. It taught me how to read the dust trail of an approaching visitor, how to drive before I was tall enough to see over the wheel, how to live off the land with plum, persimmon, and apple trees as my neighbors. It taught me discipline, the kind that comes from picking your own switch off the tree that stood like a sentinel of accountability. You can't find those lessons going 80 miles an hour down the interstate. You have to slow down, feel the gravel under your tires, the rhythm of the land, stories whispered by the wind through the trees. That dirt road gave me roots, and it gave me courage. So when I hear your story about Tuscaloosa in August of 1980, coming from upstate New York, not knowing a soul, not even knowing where Alabama was on the map, I see the same dirt road spirit. You didn't wait for comfort or clarity. You stepped into the heat, the dialect, the unknown. And what did you find? The greatest coach, the greatest program, the mother of your children, and the life that exceeded your dreams. That's why it's better to risk failure before you can see success. Because success does not always wave a flag or send an invitation. Sometimes it hides behind discomfort, behind unfamiliar voices, behind the fear of being misunderstood. But if you dare to take the dirt road, if you dare to go beyond the pavement, you just might find that the very thing you feared was the gateway to everything you were meant to become. Blessings in disguise. They're the powerful kind. And the dirt road, it's where life begins and the blacktop ends.
Wow. Holy cow, Carrie. It's better to risk failure before you can even see success, he says. Success doesn't always wave a flag or send an invitation. Sometimes it hides behind that discomfort, behind the fear of being misunderstood. Man, you might find everything you feared, everything you dreamed of. Turns out everything was all right in your dream. Wow, that was good stuff, Carrie. Man, great chapters. Thanks for doing this, Carrie, every week. I hope you guys got something out of this. Share it, like it, and we will see you guys soon. Have a great sports week. It's Monday. It's football season, everybody. Everybody's got to be jacked about that. Stay around for these great messages. Without these sponsors, this just wouldn't be possible. So long, everybody.
For 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352, 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.
My name is Steve Reynolds. I'm the manager and owner of Cordova Lanes, and we help keep your mind out of the gutter. Cordova Lanes is part of the community of Pensacola. Being here for 43 years, we've entertained more people than any other bowling center in the city. We self-fund for a living. Cordova Lanes is located at 2111 Airport Boulevard in Pensacola, behind Cordova Mall. Come on out and see us at Cordova Lanes Bowling Center. Thank you.
Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates on your home and auto insurance? Yep, and that place is, ta-da, State Farm. Here's the deal. State Farm agent Will Rentschler is your go-to agent in Pensacola, Florida for the service you deserve at the price that you want. So stop shopping around. State Farm agent Will Rentschler has you covered. Call 850-433-4678 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Legal disclaimer, individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Arbitrium Consulting for all your fencing, landscaping, pressure washing, tree trimming needs. Call 850-483-0350 for your free estimates. Serving Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, Destin, Perdido, Gulf Shores, Foley, and the entire Gulf Coast. Arbitrium Consulting is owner-operated, fully licensed and insured. Call today, 850-483-0350, the official landscaper of Coach's Corner.